All right, Buffs Nation, I am back. Was battling some sickness this week, but feeling a little bit better. Sinuses starting to clear up a little bit. Happy to give you a video now that today is the day the transfer portal has reopened. Again, welcome to my channel. I'm David. I'm a local CU alum, and I'm here talking everything CU Buffs, Coach Prime Deion Sanders, really anything to do with the Colorado Buffaloes football program. And got some news today that is... it's bittersweet, it's sad, it's painful as a Buffs fan. Of course, the transfer portal has opened, like I just mentioned, and the Buffs were already over that scholarship limit. Need to bring it down by a significant amount. Can't name the amount to a T right now, but I believe it's somewhere between 10 and 20 scholarships we kind of need to lose or see go. And we're also going to be bringing in some more transfer players as well, so we just got to get that cut down for the fall hits. But Nikko Reed, one of the starting cornerbacks that we had on the team last year, had 2 interceptions and was one of my favorite holdover Buffs. One of the Buffs that I expected to still start this year, but he is transferring out of the program. And one tweet that I thought was pretty interesting was Brian Howell, one of the most probably tenured and respected Buffs beat reporters, been on this beat for a while along with Adam Munstertiger. He said, Coach Prime brought in 3 transfers into the cornerback room. They also brought in Cormani McClain, and it was likely that he wasn't going to start this year. Could have seen that coming. And I thought that was a pretty interesting tidbit. Shows you kind of how highly this coaching staff, of course, thinks of guys like Beasley and Breedlove coming into the program as transfers, along with, of course, Travis Hunter, Cormani McClain. But another freshman that I think could get time in at the cornerback room that I've done a video on in the past is Carter Stoutmire, coming in from high school from Texas. Big, long, rangy corner. Like his ball skills a lot. So this isn't a move in which I'm overly concerned that the Buffs are losing this player, but it's painful because there are certain guys that have been through the ringer on this team the last couple of years that you really want to see them have the chance to succeed. And it sucks that it's gonna happen somewhere else for Nikko Reed, but hopefully he can go to a place in which he'll be able to play as much as he wishes, and would still love to see him make a run for the NFL, here at some point. Of course, we've had other guys transfer out of the program in recent years that were probably a little bit more talented, such as Christian Gonzalez, who will probably be a top 10 draft pick this year, went to Oregon last year. And yeah, he's going to be probably that first cornerback taken off the board. You also had Mekhi Blackman transferring over to USC. I think this situation's a little bit different, but if he ends up going to USC or Oregon, it is going to be painful to see that happen again. But again, best of luck to Nikko Reed, and appreciative, if I could say that, of his time here. Now, again, Coach Prime has mentioned that this week as well. This isn't going to be the same team that we go to Fort Worth with to open up the season against TCU with. There's going to be a lot more transfers coming in, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I mean, right now, probably the most high-profile transfer to enter the transfer portal right now has been Bear Alexander, defensive lineman of Georgia. Again, would love to see us continue to beef up that defensive line group right now. I think we could still use some depth. And again, if we bring in another corner, I'm not going to complain there. Again, I think we can expect Travis Hunter will be playing significant time on both offense and defense. But again, when you're playing a player that much, you got to make sure that you have solid depth behind him. The wide receiver room, I'm not very worried about, again, especially if Shane Hooks ends up coming here, which I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that he comes here, but not necessarily a guarantee yet. I think with the loss of Nikko Reed, with him transferring out of the program, it does leave that cornerback room maybe a tad bit, maybe a player or two more shallow than I would hope for going into the fall. But again, if Coach Prime can recruit at any position, it's the cornerback position, So I'm not worried about them finding enough talent to have that room completely locked and loaded for the start of the fall. Again, you've seen some other guys such as Jalen Stacks, who was a running back, got some time last year. transfer out as well, along with a few other guys that were recent recruits from the Durrell era. Again, I think we could have seen this coming. I think you'll see more transfers start to announce. This isn't necessarily, I think some people will try to blow this up as, oh man, this is obviously a culture issue, going on with the Buffs program. It's not that at all. I mean, we are over the amount of scholarships. Guys are learning kind of where they stand on the depth chart, if there's going to be opportunity for them to play this year. And if they're not, they need to go somewhere where they're going to play. As a college athlete, there's more than enough teams for you to find, whether that's at the Power 5 or the Group of 5, the Division I level to play Division I college football. Best of luck to these guys, and it's going to be interesting to see kind of where we go from here in terms of roster building. So I want to know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think about Nikko Reed leaving? It's a big bummer for me, but we'll keep our heads held high, and we know that Coach Prime and the staff's going to bring in some more, very interesting transfers, I'm sure, in the next coming weeks. So till then, appreciate you following my channel. Again, like, subscribe, comment. We're on our way to 1,000 subscribers, and Sco Buffs.